Konnichiwa. Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope everyone is having a wonderful time zone regardless of where they are. My name is Josuiji Shinri, Ronin of Guild Tempus from HOLOSTARS English. It is good to meet you all. Konnichiwa. Chat, yesterday was pretty fun, wasn't it? Give me just a moment. I woke up today and I found out that my throats are a little bit stuffy. I think it might be the weather. So give me a moment while I mute the mic to clear my throat out real quick. All right, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, the AC. Okay, so here's the thing, chat. When it comes to like horror games, I do get startled here and there. The AC did get me a few times, mostly because I wasn't really paying attention to it. In my head, you sound deeper than usual. This is my morning voice. I woke up maybe 10 minutes ago. So yeah, that's when this is my morning voice. But yeah, so in my head, when I'm playing like horror games, I like to categorize things in my mind in terms of like whether something is a threat or not. And I mean threat as in like whether it's like a intimidating like thing, or like it'll hurt the character that I'm playing as and it'll cause damage, or maybe an even game over, So in my mind, the air conditioner does not count. It doesn't count as a threat, and for me, I just kind of expect it to just be like a background, like an asset in the background that doesn't really do anything. So each time I walk past it, and then it like plays a really loud squeaky sound effect, I get startled. So I guess in a way, there's like a little conflict between how the game is like made, like where like those little what are they called? Like little trigger zones, I think, like a little area in the game where the game logic says if the player steps this far out into the hallway, or maybe like they cross the threshold of a door, then we play the sound effect, hitboxes, something like that. Yeah, a little trigger, game flags. Yeah, those little triggers. I think for me, when I was playing Night Delivery, the trigger like zone area for the AC was a little bit further past than what I expected it to be, Oh, thank you for that reminder. Yeah. Right, let me go ahead and send out that tweet. Make sure that everyone is able to catch me in live. What was I saying? Oh, so in my head, when I walk past the AC, I expect the sound effect to play like just before, like not as I walk past it. So whenever I think about the AC, or like when it registers in my mind, I'll walk past it, and then it hasn't made a sound effect or made any alerts in a way. So I just kind of like mentally file it away, and then when the sound effect plays behind me, that's when it startles me, because in my mind I think, all right, I've already passed it. I've seen the object, and I've walked past it as a character, and now I'm gonna move on to my next destination, and then it plays behind me. So I kind of think to myself like, whoa, why did that sound effect trigger just then? It's something behind me, and then, but yeah. So that's why it startles me, right? Oh my goodness, the big jump scare in the elevator. Okay, I admit that one got me. It was only afterwards that I had like realized it was a thing. Definitely deliberate, definitely intentional. Probably. Maybe it's because I'm used to other games that kind of use that as a fear-inducing mechanism, you know? How would I describe this? Okay, so I'm used to games playing a sound effect, a directional sound effect, so like left or right, up or down around you, right? And they do that to give you a little bit of a warning, like, hey, by the way, something is about to happen. Something is coming for you, or something is waiting for you, right? And the reason why they do that is because they want the player to be aware that something is happening, right? Like maybe there is a threat down the hallway, you know? Yeah, exactly. A little cue, right? Like you're walking past the door and then like you're walking down a hallway, right? And then you hear like the sound effect of a door opening behind you, right? And the reason why that's like it's done is to like draw your attention. You'd be like, hey, by the way, something is happening behind you. So you turn around and you are like alerted by that sound of the door opening. And then you turn around and then you see the door actually opening then, you know? So when I think about that, like a lot of the games that I play have that sound effect first to like pull your attention, be like, hey, by the way, watch out for this thing, or pay attention over here. Look at me over here, this way, you know? It draws your attention. So when I play Night Delivery, the sound effect, it's not really pulling attention. It's not really telling you, oh, there's a thing here. It's just like ambiance. But like, it's ambience in a place that's unexpected. And I think that startled me a few times. I just realized something. The elevator murder was probably the one who killed Kohei and stuffed him in the fridge. Maybe. We didn't really know. We didn't really learn too much about that. We learned a little bit about Kohei and that he had a disability. And because of that, I wonder, it must have been, hey, good morning, Hakka. Buenos dias, father. Good to see you, Hakka. Hope you're doing well. We got enough pieces of lore to kind of figure out a little bit of the backstory of Kohei. So we know he had a disability, and it can almost be implied that the disability was mainly physical. I would say like there was a physical apparent disability that was outwardly like apparent to others around them, which is why you saw comments from the neighbors saying things like, "Oh, you look ugly," you know. So it's almost implied that the disability was something that was like easily observable from an outside perspective. So while Kohei was trying to go and make friends, while he was trying to like reach out and introduce himself to people, even one of the letters that we saw, one of the memos that we saw, even mentioned that he was trying to help one of the residents of the apartment building like carry his groceries, and then the person just, you know, scoffed and like, you know, told him to get away from it, you know. I think the elevator ghost was Kohei. I'm not sure about that. Maybe like a part of his like vengeful spirit. Maybe. I do remember there being like various was that why the fourth floor elevator was blocked so he couldn't easily access his floor? Wait, no, that makes sense. Like it would be very strange to have just that one floor on its own be like so like blocked physically, you know? That makes sense, yeah. So it would almost imply that like the residents of the house that really did not like Kohei would work together to like pile up all those garbage bags, you know, to prevent him from getting on the stairs and to block the elevator exit. That could be it, yeah. I think it went a little bit further than bullying. It was a lot more than that. That's a very good detail, yeah. Michiru knew what happened, so he spooked himself? Yeah, he was aware of Kohei because Kohei's memo about that, they had interacted at least once. That's really terrible. It's really terrible. We never really find out a couple of things. Like, we don't know who the the landlord, you know? The landlord was mentioned in the epilogue. Sorry, lost my train of thought there for a moment. The end of game epilogue told us that the delivery man ended up calling the police, and the police had arrested the landlord and some of the neighbors too. So the question is, like, what was the landlord doing? Who was the landlord doing? Why weren't they? Maybe the tenants changed his apartment number and mailbox to 404 instead of 405. Ooh. Enabling the abuse. That would be terrible. Slightly bigger role in the bad ending. Okay. How do you get the bad ending? It can't be just like being attacked by the little jump scare in the elevator, because I was attacked then too during that run, and I still so Kohei never received the letters? Oh no. That's right. He never received the letters. That's why they ended up where they were. The very first letter that we found out after we opened the garbage can. Wait, if it was in the garbage can that night, then like the weekly pickup for the garbage had not come by for the apartment. The letter was still there. The body was still fresh. That's why it could not have been the blood leaking from the ceiling. That couldn't have been it. There's no way. It had to have been very recent. But like the refrigerator was sealed shut. Yeah, because here's the thing. Despite the fact that Kohei may have been disabled, I don't think he would have been the type to just flat out ignore the letters from his mother. So the mother wrote him 3 letters, and even mentioned, you know, like, hey, by the way, you know, if you want, you know, Dad and I will always be there for you, and Grandma wants you to, you know, come visit sometime too. But the last letter that we read, she sounded very worried. She had not heard back from him in a while. We had caught that earlier. So, when I was playing the game, my thought process was actually, maybe the residents had worked together to, you know, to harm or injure Kohei and stuff him into the refrigerator, you know? Maybe they had worked together, and then it was only afterwards, after Kohei had passed, that the mother was writing letters. Because that checks out as in why Kohei was not writing back, because he had died by then. But it also makes sense to imagine the neighbors working against him and conspiring with the landlord to prevent Kohei from ever even receiving the letters in the first place. It makes sense that they stole his mailbox keys. That's right, one of the mailbox keys, his mailbox key, was actually locked away, or like hidden away inside a little flower pot. Oh my goodness. I think I read somewhere that the landlord killed Kohei so he could to keep the letter and the money that was sent by her mom. Oh. Could have been it. Maybe. I think they were taking his welfare checks. I don't know enough about, I'm not sure about the specifics of the welfare checks. That does sound plausible. If it's one of those things where like anyone who possesses the check can go ahead and cash it in for themselves, you know, that could definitely be one of those things. I don't think it was like straight up cash. I don't think it was just, direct bundles of money, because I feel like Kohei's mother would have made a mention of that in the letter. But knowing that Kohei had applied for welfare checks, and I think was it merely the application, or was it the approval that we saw at the end of the game? Yeah. Why do they hate him? It's implied, or it's not really implied, it's flat out told in one of the letters from his mother that Kohei has a disability. And it seems to suggest that the disability was physical, something that you could see from the outset when you first meet Kohei, which is why a lot of the neighbors were very, very rude against him and made lots of comments, particularly specifying his physical appearance. And yeah, discrimination. There's a lot there. I just realized that we never really got the chance to look at Kohei. We never really got the chance to see inside what was in the fridge. I think that might be for the best, or maybe it was intentional that we don't see. Not only just for the gruesome, the gruesome experience and the gruesome, spectacle there, but also just not to feed into that kind of, how would I say this? Like an end of the game reveal, So the reason I say it this way is because there used to be a game where a long time ago, where if you played the game, but you played it poorly and you played it intentionally bad to cause, I think, like nuclear annihilation, like a game over screen where the world ends because, everyone fires the nukes and then, the earth is engulfed in flames. There's one game like that, but it's not the game that I want to focus on, but it was the ending message that it tells you. The ending message tells you that there is no image for the loss. There is no end, illustration. There's no picture. There's no, fantastical, hey, look at all these explosions. You don't get to see that because you lost. We're not going to reward you with the spectacle, a picture of nuclear bombs going off and explosions happening all over the place. And you don't get that because you lost. We're not going to reward you for it. And we don't reward failure. Something like that, right? DEFCON? Was it DEFCON? Missile control. Oh, it's one of those really familiar ones. I think so, yeah. And I think maybe it was something like that where they don't show you Kohei's body in the refrigerator because they don't want to give you that almost a reward of hey, congratulations on surviving the game. Now you get to see this gruesome and macabre spectacle of Kohei's body stuffed inside the fridge. They're not going to reward you with that payoff at the end. Maybe that's why we didn't get a chance to see. Maybe that's why we only saw the refrigerator opening and the implication of this is where Kohei is, That's, exactly, yeah. The best movies don't show any spectacle, come and see it, right? They don't make it a show. It's sad enough, exactly. Because if you had paid attention to that, to the story, and I apologize, we still are on that limit, so we still have to finish the game. We still had a little bit of time pressure, so I was trying my best to connect the dots at the very end there. But I think maybe something like that, you give their budget too much credit. That's true. Perhaps it was budget and they just couldn't show it, maybe they had not finished the asset. That's true. But, it's a lot more engaging. It's a lot more immersive, I would say, to imagine that there were intentional decisions, because it still does line up, and I think that's kind of what these indie games are really good at. They don't tell you all the plots, they're not supposed to be completely packaged stories that solve all the loose ends and neatly tie them up. It gives you a little bit of like a wiggle room, just that little area of like, I wonder what happened. It gives you the opportunity to speculate into what really happened. Maybe more likely intentional not showing it to maintain the set rating. This is true too. Also a valid reason. Practical reasons don't diminish narrative reasons for choices. I like that. Practical reasons don't diminish narrative reasons. I like that. It's a really good way to put it. Yeah. I would say, I don't fault the game for it. Maybe there was a practical reason. Maybe they didn't want to keep a certain rating. Maybe they ran out of budget, or they just didn't want to draw the asset or something, But I don't fault them for that, because in the story, in the narrative, in the lore, it still works out. It still puts everything together, Sorry, I'm gonna go sip some more coffee. My nose is really like stuffy at the moment. Horror scares me a lot, but I find it interesting that you go into the lore. So thanks for this. Of course. Perhaps it was a design choice for the bigger feeling of unease. Perhaps. Wait a minute. You can? I may have to take a look into that. I'll have to check out and see. I don't know if I'll do another stream of it because I've already kind of gone through the entire thing already. Oh, you guys want to slurp? All right, here. Let me turn off the noise suppression real quick. You're going to hear my PC fans because they're kind of loud at the moment. All right. Good coffee. Where was I? Right. So I don't think I will go back into the game. I know that there is a second ending out there, because after the stream, I had actually looked at Steam, and it told me that there were still 2 missing achievements. One achievement for collecting all of the cans that we had picked up along the way, and then the second achievement for ending number 2. So we definitely have a second ending there. Did 99%. I think we did a lot of it. But to be completely honest, I don't know if I'll do another stream of Night Delivery, mostly because the ending itself is something I think if people are very interested in, they can go and look it up on YouTube. I don't know if I could dedicate an entire stream to it, because 90% of the content would already be the same thing I streamed. And I feel like it would be a disservice to you all to just make you watch the same thing again, So I will go and try playing the game again on my own, because I don't really mind the just going through the same puzzles again. But I do want to check out that last ending up for myself. Maybe watch it off stream and discuss it in a Zatsudan I. Ooh, that is a good idea. Yeah. The ending felt climatic, close enough. Yeah. I think I'm curious and interested to find out the rest of the Chilla's Art Horrors games, because I had heard of Night Delivery. I mentioned this earlier in the stream. I had heard of it, and it kind of knew that there was one big major jump scare, and it did get me. But I had not known of the lore, the story that goes behind it. And my initial preconceived idea of Night Delivery was that it was supposed to be a jump scare, and that it wasn't supposed to be so immersive and involved. And knowing more about the story of Koei, at least taking the time to slow down and read the letters and start to connect the dots, I think, really added a new layer and a new dimension to the story that I was not expecting there to be, you know? Makes you appreciate it more. Yeah. Closing shift is scarier. I think I've seen a few other talents also stream closing shift as well. I'll go ahead and see if I can slot it into my schedule. I think this week and next week are pretty much set in stone, because we have to like ask for permissions in advance, but I'll see about getting in closing shift. Sorry, my eyes just kind of like glazed over, and then my head. I'll go and see about adding closing shift into the rotation. Amnesia series, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, I think is an old classic that I heard. I have played that before. Convenience store. Ooh, yeah. Closing shift is scary because it has realistic fears. Night delivery has some supernatural aspects. This is true. I can see that. Yeah. There's a little bit of like, it's the focus on realistic fears, like something that could happen when you sit there and you're like, I could be doing this in real life. Like I could be working at a cafe. I could be working as a barista, but this is a feasible, what I said. It's something that is possible, you know, like maybe that is why it taps closer into something that's scary. Puppet combo games? I'm not too familiar with those. I think I've seen one or two, but I'll have to ask for permissions on those. It's like working customer service. I have worked customer service, and I will say that it is a challenge. It really is a challenge at times. You're just trying to do your job, and people who are very, very selfish, I would say, pop out and just barge into your life and say like, hey, why aren't you catering to my every whim? I have my own stories about that, about working retail too, and customer service. But yeah, thank you for all the little suggestions. Just as a reminder, my little fish brain is very bad at keeping notes, so please make sure you leave a comment in the video. Oh, while we're saying that, hello, VOD watchers. It's good to see you all. Thank you for stopping by the VOD. We're about halfway through today, but hope you're having a wonderful time today. So it's good to see you all. Thank you for checking out the VOD. But yes, I do. Again, I always have like a very short memory when it comes to streams. So please leave a comment. Put me on Twitter. Maybe. I think we actually have quite a few hashtags already, and I don't want to get into the habit of adding new hashtags. So I kind of want to hold off on it a little bit. I want to see how far and how well used the hashtags that we already have, how they perform first. But I will check the comments down here under the VODs. I'll check the comments in the community posts and on Twitter if you have any more suggestions for the games. I think a few of them we do already have permissions for. If a HoloLive talent has already played it, it is very likely that we also have permissions for it, unless it was like a time-based thing, like the permissions would run out at a certain time and then we had to ask for them again. So if you guys would make suggestions that are in line with that, I think it'll be a lot easier for me to slot those games into my schedule than it is to try to put something that's completely fresh and new, if that makes sense. Thoughts on Dead Space? Ooh, I hear that they're making a remake, so I'm waiting for that one to come out. I'm waiting for the remake. Wait a minute. Speaking of remakes, Resident Evil 4, I hear, is getting a remake, and I don't know if I can get the permissions all at once for this, but what I will try to do is I will try to get permissions for the Dead Space remake and the Resident Evil 4 remake. And then we'll try to do like a nice little series of playing through all the Resident Evil games. I think that'll be a lot of fun. It's in March, right? Yeah, it's so soon. I'm excited. I'm really excited. So we're gonna go put those in. Hopefully we get them. If not, you'll just have to be patient with us. We'll just keep booking them back about it so we can get the permissions for that. But it looks really good. It looks really good. Would you be able to play the RE8 Winters expansion? I believe. I think so. I believe some of my senpais have already played it before. So I think there is like a little limitation on the language. But I believe it is it's one of those games that I'm fairly certain, but I will go double check. You know? I'm a zoomer but knows nothing about RE4 except where are you buying? The one with the cat poster? I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been a long time, actually. Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah. So just a little announcement on the Doki Doki Literature Club. I would like to play it. 100%. It is absolutely on the list of games I want to play. But Axel has already played it just a while ago. So I want to give it a little bit of time and a little bit of a break between our two gameplays, so I don't kind of encroach upon his gameplay of it. So we're taking a little bit of a break about that. RPG Maker games like Mad Father. So on that note, thank you for reminding me. RPG Maker games I absolutely love, but I do know that they do take some time. So I'm waiting a little bit until I can get a proper schedule down where I don't have this 1 hour limitation. I think Mad Father takes about, 2 to 3 hours. No. It's actually closer to 3 hours. It's actually maybe a little bit more. Mostly because I will be reading out loud all the dialogue. So I think it's a little bit over 3 hours. It's closer to the longer end of the side. So I want to wait a bit until I am able to do a full stream that does not have the 1 hour limitation. Oh yeah, Misao? I think we do. I remember seeing it somewhere. I'll have to ask for that one too, yeah. Hey Shinri, I was wondering, how did you come up with Comfy Quiz for the fan name? Honestly, okay. I ran out of ideas. I just ran out of ideas. I couldn't think of okay, so I was trying my best to try to find a fan name that like involved the imagery and theme of the koi, but I just could not come up with a pun. I felt a lot of pressure because so many people had puns and like a little play on words of what their fan names were, with their name or their theme or something about them, and I could not come up with one. So at the very end of the day, I was just thinking to myself, like, you know what? I want comfy and like cozy vibes. We're just gonna slap it together, and then that's why we have it. I have heard some people say that it's a little bit clunky. It's a little bit difficult to like, it doesn't roll off the tongue because the word comfy ends, like it has a good solid ending, what's the word? The specific phrase is coify? Coimfy? Cozy. Koi boys, but we want to be gender inclusive for that one, so I think coify is a little bit weird to say. It's a little bit awkward. Cozy. Koi hai? Oh, that one is adorable. Koi hai is adorable. But wait, does that make sense though? Koi hai? I feel like it's not really my place to take assume the role of like a senpai, especially because I'm so new myself. Koidachi. I feel like it's already pretty close to Koiha? Koihai. I see a lot of people saying Koihai. Koi Panions. Ooh, Koi Panions is nice too. I like Koi Panions. It doesn't, the word, there is no like clean ending to it at the very end, in the middle of the word, you know? Koi Panions. I like Koi Panions. Koi Raids is very difficult to say. The OIMR sound in the middle of it is very difficult for me to pronounce. I think Koi Panions is good. I like Koi Panions. I saw that one. I'm not gonna say it on stream. It is in line with the silly name that I saw in Bettel's pre-chat. I saw that one, okay, but I'm not going to say it on stream. What do you guys think about Koi Panions? Koi Panions? I think it's nice. I think it's cute. I think the Koi-lective. The Koi, okay, so like the Koi-lective to refer to everyone in a big group, you know, like the Koi-lective made up of individual Koi Panions. Would that work? Like, you know how like there's battalions, right? Like it refers to the whole like big group, right? So we have like the big group, the Koi-lective, and then each individual member of the Koi-lective can be referred to as the Koi Panions. I like that. That's really cute. That's really adorable. Okay, so oh gosh, now we need to come up with like a little redirect message for them, like here come the Koi-lective, and then we have like the little Koi banner emoji that follows along. So every time we raid into someone, we'll be like here come the Koi-lective, and then we have the little the Koi banner emote. Yeah, there's the banner. Yeah, that one. That's a little emote. Oh, that's really cute. That's really cute. I like that. I like that. Okay, chat. So I know right now I'm streaming at a very at a different time than like most of the friends over in other time zones. So I think the general consensus right now seems to be that it's kind of well received. Okay, so how do I do this? Okay, I'll send out a tweet. After the stream, I'll send out a tweet, and then I'll let everyone know that we'll be changing the community name, tag, the branding. The specific word. Community label ? Fan name. Okay, we'll just go with fan name. I'll send out a tweet after the stream that we're changing our fan name. Thankfully, it's still pretty early on in the career that we're going to go ahead, and I don't think the change will be too difficult. But yes, the Koi-lective made up of individual Koi Panions. Community also works too. I think we can use that to just like generally refer to as when it comes to just, you know, all the Koi Panions. In Koiming Koi-lective. Oh, you guys are so brilliant. In Koiming Koi-lective. Oh, that is adorable. Oh my gosh. Chad, how are you guys so good at this? You are so clever. Oh my. I should have just asked you on the day of the debut. Oh, I should have just asked. I like it. Okay. So a koinami, like a tsunami but of kois. The mental imagery alone is okay. I will explain the meta reason why I'm laughing about it and why I think it's really funny, because there is a spoiler, and I can't say the spoiler, but I know what the spoiler looks like. And imagining a tsunami of the koi in the context of the spoiler is really silly to me, and I really love it. I can't say anything about it, but there is a spoiler, and the mental imagery I have right now, the picture I have of a tsunami made up of kois is absolutely hilarious. I love it. Okay. So, oh gosh, Chad, you guys are like really adorable. What is this? Okay. So, the collective we will use as a way to refer to just all of the members of fans, and then each individual member will be named koipanions. And then when we go and raid someone, when we go and redirect after the stream to someone, it is the koinami or the koinado. I like that. Okay. And then our emote, the emoji, yeah, there we go. The little koi nobody, the little banners, we'll use those as the banners. All right. Okay. We'll make it official. I'll send out a tweet, just catch everyone up, and then I'll go and change up I'll make an announcement here in the community posts as well, just so that people who missed the VOD and haven't catched the VOD or haven't seen the live stream will also be up to speed on that. You know what? Hold up. I'm gonna have to write this down. I don't want to forget this. There's still like 15 minutes left. Okay, give me just a moment. Collective Koipanions, and then the koi, not me, but with the emoji, little banner emoji. All right, got that written down. Okay. Wait, who said Koilan? No. Oh, I thought the coin. I don't even know when would we even use Koilan? I don't even know what the use case scenario for the phrase koi. Okay, great pun. It works perfectly. You only replace one letter. Okay, it's a perfect pun. The way that you say koi and toy in those two words, they match perfectly, right? The pronunciation, the inflections, absolutely perfect. But I don't know when I would ever use that. I must go visit the coilet as a coilet. No, is that gonna be my idol meeting? I need to take a coilet break. Doesn't that sound strange though? It almost sounds like Okay. I think it's clever. I will consider it. Okay, chat. I will consider it, but I will make no official announcement on this or make no official decision on it for now. I will I saw the comment. I'm not going to say which one. I saw the comment. Okay. No, here's the thing. I don't want to do that. I don't want to mention that or like allude to that because it starts to suggest and in almost a tangential way seems to enable. We don't want to go too far that way, you know. Koyasumi. Oh, that one is cute. Koi Yasumi. Oh, I like that. Koi. Oh my gosh, the puns. Koi Yasumi. Okay, wait. Okay, so one thing I would like to request, all right, is when we say our lines, when we say catchphrases, I would like to request that we add the hyphen. Could we, if we say that, could we add the hyphen? So when we say koi nichiwa, I want there to be a little bit of a pause, a slight break. So when you say koi and then hyphen nichiwa, yeah, and then koi hyphen yasumi. And I only say this because it was raised up to me that these catchphrases are a little bit similar phonetically when it comes to another senpai's catchphrases, and I would hope not to overstep my boundaries and take something that's too similar. So I would like there to be a little bit of a visual distinction when we say like koi nichiwa and koi yasumi, to make it very clear that it is my catchphrase and not that of another senpai's. So I would really appreciate it if we added that little hyphen there just to make that little distinction a bit more visually apparent. Oh my gosh, Chad, you guys are so understanding. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I will try to do my best to remember to add the hyphen there just to add that little visual distinction. And when we verbally greet each other, add that little I know there's a thing, how do I say that? Like what is a word for that? Like where you extend the name, the syllable a little bit more, the hyphen, like you have to like verbalize the hyphen, like koi nichiwa or koi yasumi, you know, instead of just saying koi yasumi, because we can just to add that little it's called a stop, a glottal stop, tilde, a little tilde. Oh, that'd be cute. The squiggle. Ooh, the squiggle would be cute. I like that. Should we use a tilde instead? Because it looks like water. It looks like the ripples in the pond, or like the ripples in the water, like when fish are swimming in it. Wait, oh, okay. Now that I see it in chat, now that I see it as a message, I will agree that looks a lot cuter. Oh my gosh. The coins are squiggling, it's a little water, it looks like, oh my gosh. Okay. Chat, how are you guys so creative? Oh my goodness, my heart. This is adorable. I love it. Okay. So, as a quick recap, Collective, to refer to the entire fan base, each individual member of the Collective is referred to as a Koipanion. And we will be using Koinami as the raid, but we have to add in the little banners. And the catchphrases that we use for opening and closing will be Koi Nichiwa, but with the tilde after Koi, and then Koi Yasumi with the tilde after the Koi as well. Does the fan names also use the tilde? I don't think we need to add the tilde for Koi Panions or the Collective. Love to see it. Not the Koi. Oh, that's there again. Okay. Chat, oh my goodness, you guys are just on top of it. You're on the ball. I like this a lot. Okay. I'll make a tweet. I'll make an announcement. I will specify the wording of it just to remind everyone that we're using the little tilde squiggle instead of the hyphen. Okay, I can see the use case scenario for toilet break. I will have to double check and see if that is okay to use. I'm not making a decision on it. I'm not finalizing I'm not finalizing the decision on it at the moment, but I will take it into consideration and we will see. Okay. It does have sussy connotations, so I will try not. I don't think I will, but we'll see. Okay. Oh my goodness. Man. Okay. You know what? I'm going to take this little moment that we had together. We're going to take this in stride because I want to be more open and vulnerable with you guys. I want to be, because here's the thing. Let me just tell you a little story leading up to debut, I guess, when the Vanguard boys and I were there and we were practicing. I had gotten into my head looking at the HQ guys, I think, just how like complete of a package they were, you know, like they had their puns, they had their hashtags, they had, you know, the idea of what they wanted and what kind of, you know, overall like branding image they wanted. And preparing for debut, the Vanguard boys and I were kind of thinking to ourselves, like, what would that look like for us? You know, what would that be for us? How would we do that? And I think part of it ended up becoming a lot of pressure that I put on myself to try to do everything on my own. You know, like I felt like I had to put that pressure on myself to, like, you know, come up with the puns. Like, Shinri, you got to come up with the puns. You have to come up with a really nice, you know, play on words for your hashtags, your going live tags, your fan names, all that. And I think because of that pressure, I blocked out a lot of what creativity that, you know, there could have been, because I wouldn't let myself get creative because I had to keep telling myself, like, oh, it's gotta be good, they gotta like it, you know. And then, you know, when I would come up with the thing, I would beat myself over and be like, no, it's not good enough. Look at Altair, look at Vesper, like, look how good they have it, you know. Like, how do you beat Vesties? Like, you can't beat Vesties. That's such a high standard. That's such a high bar to meet, right? And I would, you know, tell myself, I would like have all those self-doubts about, like, you know, I can't do this. And then, you know, I would worry that because I'm not able to deliver, you know, all such a well, like, designed package. Vesties chat came up with that one too. You oh my goodness. Okay. You guys. Yeah, hello, good to see you. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the word of encouragement. But yeah, okay, so leading up to debut, I would say that because we were kind of like kept away, we were told not to, like, we couldn't like reveal ourselves, you know. We were kind of isolated in our own little heads. So it was just me and the 4 Vanguard boys, and we were kind of bouncing ideas off each other. But I would say that, like, it really did end up becoming very isolating, you know. We didn't have much people to talk to because we have, you know, like the debut hadn't been made yet. So we were kind of just bouncing back and forth between each other, and we couldn't like reach out to anyone and ask them for help. It was just us. And I think that put a lot of like just self-pressure, I guess, going back to it, to do everything on our own, you know. And I got really worried because I didn't know if what I was going to do was going to be good enough. But seeing you guys and how enthusiastic and how creative you guys are all, I don't know, it makes me feel happy to do that, you know? I will try to be more open with you all and maybe share some thoughts that aren't completely baked and completely fully cooked, you know? As everyone started to say now, like, let him cook, right? Maybe I won't. you know, maybe I will deliver you guys something that isn't fully cooked because I can trust you all to help me along the way if I can't finish cooking it on my own, you know? You aren't alone anymore. Oh no, okay. Oh, I don't know where that one hit me. Ooh. Okay. I got this. Okay. Sorry, Chad. If you okay. Spoiler alert. I will cry and break down during like sad games, and like it is gonna be a disaster. It is gonna be a mess. So like I guess just another story, like a little quick aside from this. I had spent a lot of my life suppressing emotions, holding things back, and not letting myself feel the emotion because I was told that to, you know, be stoic. I had to not reveal any emotions, and by revealing emotions, that it's a sign of weakness. So it's been a long journey giving myself the chance and the ability to feel those emotions and really experience them. So it's only been recently that I've given myself that, you know, that leeway, and it's a strange feeling. I cry a lot easily now. Like I will cry at like pictures of puppies in like sad situations. Like I saw a photo of a puppy sitting on a ice floe just out in the middle of the ocean, and like a whole bunch of sailors on a boat went to rescue them, and like that one made me tear up, and I can feel the tears welling up just like thinking about it in my mind right now. So I had like 180 whiplash from not letting myself feel any emotion at all to really just not holding back and letting myself, you know, completely experience it. So I do kind of wear my emotions on my sleeve, and it's very easy to see when I start to tear up and stuff. So just as a warning, when we play sad games, I will cry and it will be a mess. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, chat. You let yourself cook. Oh, that's such a good way to do it. Thank you. Chat starts recommending sad games. You know what? Okay, maybe that'll be it. Maybe that'll be it for today. We will, I'll make the announcement tweet, announce the changes to the fan names and that little, the tags and all that. But because I've already asked for horror game recommendations, maybe this time I will ask for sad game recommendations. What Remains of Edith Finch? Oh, I have seen that. I've seen the gameplay. That game is good. Okay. Ooh, okay, I want to write that down. I like that game, and I would love to be able to experience it with everyone. So we're gonna go write that down. Let's see if we can do To the Moon. You may have seen me tweet it out. I'm going to become a mess. To the Moon is going to break me, and I'm all for it. Wait, let me write this down real quick. To the Moon. All right. Okay, chat. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You guys are great. I didn't expect to tear up like this at 9 a.m. in the morning when I woke up. But thank you for just, humoring me as I talk about the lore and like the story behind Night Delivery, workshopping all these amazing fan names and tags, and just giving me the opportunity to see that I can really count and rely on you guys. So thank you a lot. my hour here is done, and I'm gonna get bonked, especially after last night, because I went so far over. So we're gonna have to go ahead and call it here today, Chan. But again, thank you so much for stopping by and just making this really worth it, you know. Quick announcement. I did see in pre-chat, some people were asking whether or not this would be my stream. I know that not everyone has been around for all the streams, so for those of you who may not have been around for the earlier streams, I'll make the announcement again. The reason why I'm streaming at this time slot is because this is where I want to be streaming normally. Moving forward, I'll do my best. After our initial requirements are done, I'll be trying to stream around this time. So from 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, to close to maybe 12 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I think this is around where my time slot will be, as well as a couple of collabs later on in the afternoon, more like evening US time zone. So just as an announcement, like this will be my main go-to time slots. So wanted to make sure that everyone is caught up. I will say this again, maybe on Friday, just to give everyone a chance to hear the announcement too. Just want to make sure that everyone's on the same page that this is my time slot. All right. Oh no, I'm going over again. All right. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you later today with the collab Fogs with Hakka, as we play a little cute puzzle game, father and son. Oh, speaking of Hakka, please go check out his original music video. It is really, really good, and I think it's recently crossed 100,000 views, so really big. Super proud of him. All right, and with that, goodbye everyone. Koyasumi, koyasumi.